I've decided to come up with uh, something, basically something new, and uh, I don't know where to go. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna use my avatar thingy that I drew to make videos instead of relying on the app that I used to use because I don't really use it. And I think this would be like better. Am I being paranoid because of being copyright checked? Yes, I am. But it's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault. And yes, I'm also redoing my video on Gabriel because I didn't really like it, okay? So let's go on. Now, to me, the best qualities, what makes a good villain, are three things. One, their goal. Two, their determination to get to that goal. And three, their capabilities. I don't care about backstory, it might make them more interesting, might make them more boring. I don't really care. I don't care if they are like the most powerful being in the universe. I don't care if they're like. Okay, I care a little about their power, but here's the thing: power and capabilities are kind of different things. You can be the strongest person on earth and still fail at basic tasks. So what I mean by capabilities are how smart they are, how they use their powers basically. Like if they have like super strength, maybe they use that to like carve through the earth and get certain materials to like enhance their plans. Something like that. Gabriel Gabriel has the goals, he has the determination. Capabilities is where he falls short. And that's unfortunately what I think is the most important aspect of having a good villain. Because why should I take your villain seriously if he's not capable of not even defeating the heroes? Not even that. I don't really care if if the villain doesn't immediately defeat the heroes. He can't even tie against them. Like, he is constantly losing. Like, how am I supposed to take that seriously? And it's not like Gabriel is like a child, so which would make it like more understandable that he's losing against little middle schoolers. No, Gabriel is a fully grown adult, and he's out here getting freaking beat up by 14-year-olds. Like, hello? Is anyone home? Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go put away the dishes. Anyway, the thing is, Gabriel isn't even smart. You know, like if he at least, he had like one good idea once and never did it again because for some reason it's perfectly fine to akumatize people over and over and over and over again, but creating a plan to sort of build up negative emotions across an entire city, if not an entire country, is apparently doing the same thing too much. And that's what Asterix said, not what I said. I I do not think that having Gabriel sort of do this thing where he like creates fear, anger, hostility, unrest among the citizens because of Ladybug or Cat Noir's actions would be a bad idea. In fact, I think it would be a good idea, especially if you like figured out a way to get it to spread beyond just France. Because that way it would like at least it would sort of give an excuse when it comes to like the New York special. Like, why didn't the heroes help of America help France? Like, maybe because it could have been because Hawkmoth poisoned the well. No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that plan for a second time and just wait until the situation festers so much that it's almost impossible to beat him. It's just like, well, I did it once, so I can't do it again. And sure, technically he tries. You know, when in the episode Ladybug, he tries, only for Natalie to like freaking almost die, I guess. But why didn't he like try again once the Peacock Miraculous was fixed? The Peacock Miraculous wasn't there as a freaking decoration. He could have used it. He could have used it to do the same thing all over again. Just waited longer for things to fester. But no. Because the show doesn't want him to even have a tie. You know, it's weird. Because on one hand, he's kind of treated like a joke. Like someone you're not supposed to take seriously. But on the other hand, there's so many people who hate him and are afraid of him. I'm just like, why? Like, this is a grown man getting beat up by 14-year-olds wearing freaking animal suits. Not literal animal suits. You know what I mean. Why would you even so much as hate him? Like, if Gabriel existed in real life, he would become a laughing stock. He would probably akumatize himself because of how others treat him. And I think that's kind of the issue. We're supposed to treat him sort of seriously, and I just can't. And what's worse is in season 5. I have a lot of problems with season 5. But I'm not gonna get into that. Probably not ever. Because I don't want to talk about this show. Again. But all honesty, I think it was a horrendous idea to have Gabriel be sort of sympathized with. And I get that moment was to show that Marinette is such a good and great person who would sympathize with even this man who straight up and yes, he is a terrorist. He is a terrorist. I don't care if your definition of terrorist is, oh, they have to destroy the things themselves, not use others to do it. That's like saying a cult leader isn't a criminal because he's not actually hurting others himself. He's just telling other people to do it. Like, no. Gabriel does things that destroy the city, hurt others, and all that sort of stuff. He is a terrorist. And he's especially a terrorist in the freaking New York special. Dude literally almost started World War III. But anyways, that's beside the point. Like, I think Marinette sort of sympathizing with Gabriel and sort of being like, oh, I understand you because I also want to protect Adrian, should have been shown as a bad thing. Should have been shown that Marinette was falling too much on that slippery slope of good and evil. She could risk becoming a villain herself if she kept doing things and justifying them because it's to protect the one she loves. But instead, it's like, oh, well, Marinette sees something good in him, so therefore, he is good. And he's just like, oh, make sure Adrian remembers how much of a good father I tried to be. Boy, I don't care that you tried to be a good father. Trying. I know sometimes people say, the best thing you can do is try. When it comes to parenthood, no. The best thing you cannot do is try. You actually have to do it. And freaking Gabriel went out of his way to hurt and traumatize his son just to win a war. I can't sympathize with him. I really can't. It's just like, at least if he was treated as a joke, I would forgive it, but he's not entirely treated as a joke. He almost reminds me of like Doofenshmirtz, where Doofenshmirtz constantly fails and fails and fails, but at least Doofenshmirtz is funny. At least the show treats Doofenshmirtz like a joke and not like a serious threat. Imagine if in Phineas and Ferb, Doofenshmirtz was treated as a threat, not just in the tri-state area, but in the entire city they live in. Hell, maybe even the entire country they live in. Imagine if in Avatar The Last Airbender, we got every episode ended with freaking the Fire Lord clenching his fist and yelling, "I'll get you, Avatar! I'll get you and your friends!" That's what Gabriel is. That's what Gabriel is. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think.